呪術廻戦
All right, let's read chapter 145 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Ura, behind, underneath, that sort of meaning. Unfortunately, they're meeting Tengen here. This is a blah, blah, blah chapter, so this will likely take over an hour. So let's just get to it and see what we got here. Watashi ni wa aisatsu nashi kai? As for to me, greetings, salutations without. So you're not going to give me greetings. And quickly, at the end of the previous chapter, Tengen met them and gave them each kind of special titles, the child of Zenin, etc., but he did not address her, apparently, which explains why there were fewer addresses than people. Tengen. Koitsu ga? Kore ga? Kono hito ga? Tengen? Hito ka? Okay, this is everyone else thinking kind of the same thing. This guy, as for this, or this person, Tengen, person? In other words, they're all thinking, this is Tengen. Kimi wa shotaimen janai daro Tsukumo Yuki. Okay, that's her name. Tsukumo Yuki. As for you, first meeting, not probably, or right. So, shotai. First meeting. So, shotai men is just first meeting. So basically, it's not our first meeting, right? It's Tsukumo Yuki. So he calls her by her full name. Naze kouseigu o tojita? So she is asking, why closed off the Death Star Palace? And again, that's how I'm translating the name of the palace. Why have you closed off the Death Star Palace? Remember, when they enter the area that should have been the palace, it was just blank. It was just blank. Kenjuku ni kimi ga douchou shiteru koto o keikai shita. Okay. You towards Kenjuku, is that a person? Yeah, I think that's a name. You towards Kenjuku, same attitude, sympathy, agreement, aligning, conformity, doing, event, did caution. Okay, vigilance or precaution. So again, Tengen here is saying, I did caution, vigilance against the event of you guys doing sympathy or alignment with Kenjuku. I don't recall who Kenjuku is at this point. Watashi ni wa hito no kokoro made wa wakaranai no de ne. As for to me, as for up until the kokoro of people not understanding, that's why, you know? So because I can't see into the kokoro of people, I don't understand the kokoro of people. And again, kokoro means heart, mind, or spirit. Kenjuku. So she's asking the question, Kenjuku, what do you mean by that? Katte kamonori toshi ima wa geto suguru no nikutai ni yadotte iru jutsushi da. Okay, kate as a preamble is formerly? Or yeah, once before. Formerly. Formerly kamo no noritoshi. So that. And as for now, Geto Suguru's inside the physical flesh of Geto Suguru, lodging sorcerer. So that's who Kenjuku is. Formerly this guy, Kamo no Oritoshi, and the sorcerer who is currently lodging in the physical body of Geto Suguru. Okay, let's take a quick look at the kanji, because Jihi no Ken, Jihi no Ken, benevolence, compassion, and Ken here is, we don't see that Ken very often. Nope. It's going to be way down here. Nope. Okay, here's a bunch of Kens. Still not seeing it. It's that obscure. Yeah, okay. We're going to have to put this in. So we've got net. So just to add insult to injury, the long chapter has me drawing kanji. That's great. Thank you, Jujutsu Kaisen. All right, there's the kanji. Wana, trap. Trap or snare. Okay, so a snare, a trap of compassion? So that is the meaning for that kanji. Wana, ken, trap, snare. And then what is the you got ito. Saku. So rope or cord. Kenjuku. Does Kenjuku, it's, no, I already looked that up. Okay. So Kyuzai no saku ka, a rope or cord of Kyuzai. Kyusai, sorry. Relief or aid. Okay. So she's remarking on the name. So a trap of compassion and a cord or rope of salvation or relief or rescue or aid. Hiniku ni mo natteru inai ne. Hiniku is irony. So irony, not becoming, isn't it? Like basically that's ironic, isn't it? Yeah. Ironic sarcasm. So she's remarking on these things. Although it's weird because both characters themselves are about the trap and the cord. She's throwing in the compassion and the relief, aid, rescue. In any case. Tengen-sama wa nande sonna kanji nano? Okay, so as for Lord Tengen, why that sort of a mood or a feeling? And Fushiguro is thinking, koitsu yoku kono taimingu de owatte ireru na. Oh, sorry, wate haide. Forcing one's way in through. So this guy, meaning Itarori, so he's thinking this guy, well, often with this timing, forces one's way through, doesn't he? So in other words, right, they're having a conversation and he's just suddenly like, why do you look like that? Why do you have that mood, that feeling? And we get kind of a cute smile. 私は不死であって、不老ではない。Okay, so as for me, non-dying existing. So immortal existing, but not aging. As for that, not existing. So basically, like, as for me, I'm immortal, but I'm not ageless. So remember, that was the whole point of the flashback where we met this person. 君も500年終えればこうなるよ. You also, 500 years if age, this way will become. So you would look like this too. You'd become this way too if you aged 500 years. マジでか? Seriously? That's itarori, the kanji. 10年前、聖書体との同化に失敗してから。Okay, so 12 years ago, or 12 years previously, the star cult with is that the merger? Well, it's not the star cult. This is the star plasma vessel. Yeah, the star plasma body. Yeah, assimilation. Doing failure. After doing failure of merging, absorbing, assimilating with the star plasma vessel 12 years previously. So again, watch that whole flashback that involves Geto and Gojo about that. That's where Toji first makes his appearance. Orokawa, as for age transformation, kasoku shi watashi no ko toshite no jiga wa kie. Okay, so as for aging, it sped up. It increased in speed. Yeah, aging, horoka. As for aging, it increased in speed, and my hardness, koto, individuality. My individualities of self, jiga. Yeah. The self's individualness of me, as for that, vanishing, going away. Tenchi, sono mono ga watashi no jiga to natta n da. Heaven and earth itself became the self of me. Heaven and earth itself became the self, the ego of me. Okay? So remember, we never heard the resolution of what happened after she got killed and the merger didn't happen. I guess this is a little bit of that explanation. She is thinking, あの時、聖書体がもう一人いたわけじゃなかったのか? At that time, a star plasma vessel, one more existing, reason it wasn't. So the reason was there wasn't another star plasma vessel. 道理で声が増えないわけだ. And 道理で, like, according to that, or like that's the reason that the voice not increasing reason. Dori de. Oh, indeed, it's no one. Okay, that's not Dori, as in like Tori. Okay, so that's the reason. No wonder the voice is not reason. That's is not doing this. That's the reason. Not increasing or multiplying. Okay. So no wonder that's the reason your voice, the voice koe, isn't increasing. So apparently there used to be like a koe coming from Tengen or something. Sumimasen, excuse me. So they're breaking in. 僕たちはその建築の目的と獄門教の解き方を kiki ni kimashita. So, Fushiguro breaks in with sumimasen. Okosu explains. As for us, that Kenjuku's objectives and the Hell Gate prison's way of dissolving, way of deactivating came to ask. So we came to ask these things. The objectives of that Kenjaku, sorry. And the way of dissolving, deactivating the Hell Gate prison boundary, whatever it's called. 知ってることを話してもらえませんか? Knowing things, speaking and not able to receive. So can we not hear from you what you know? もちろん, of course. と言いたいところだが. Okay, so of course, like I'm at the point of wanting to say that, but, or like, of course is what I would say, but, 一つ条件を出させてもらう will receive allowing putting out of one condition. So I will do it on one condition. おこつゆうたつくもゆき Jutai Kusozu, so he calls him by the family name of the Cursed Womb 9 designs or whatever. 3人のうち2人はここに残り、私の護衛をしてもらおう。As for 2 people amongst the 3-person group, in this place remain, and my guard do receive. So I will receive the doing of guarding of me. 2 of the 3 people remaining here to do that. So interesting. Goe, guards. Fushi nan desu yo ne? Non-dying it is, isn't it? So you're immortal, aren't you? Fuin toka o kigu shiteru n desu ka? So Maki asks about seal, as in like something that is like close something up. Seal or something, are you doing kigu? Oh, doing fear or misgivings. Are you afraid about the seal or things like that? Fair janai na. Fair it isn't it? So that's not fair. Goe no kikan mo ryu mo akasanai no ka? Okay. Goe no kikan, like the timing of the guarding even, or a reason even, akasanai, will not elucidate, I guess? Yeah, this is, akasanai can mean to spend, but it means to reveal or divulge. Like, not divulging even a reason or even the time period of the guarding, meaning you aren't doing that. So it's not fair. では、Kenjukuについて語ろうか? Well then, about Kenjuku shall I speak? So shall I tell you about Kenjuku then? この目的は、日本全土を対象として人類への進化の強制だ. Okay, so as for the objectives of that kid, Kenjuku, Japan, all lands of Japan, doing Taisho, doing as a targeting all the lands of Japan, and towards humanity, the the evolution of kyosei, like not just strengthening. Oh, obligatory. As for the aim of that kid, it's the obligatory, forced, compulsive advancement or evolution towards humanity, I guess, like as the targeting all of Japan. それは聞きました? As for that thing, heard. So we heard that. 具体的に何をするつもりなんですか? 具体的に, fundamentally or practically. No, 具体. Yeah, concretely, tangibly, specifically, what doing intent is it? So specifically, what is he intending to do? 剣塾はなぜあの時天元様の結界を利用し as for Kenjaku, I keep saying Kenjuku. As for Kenjaku, why at that time using the magical barrier of Lord Tengen and Mui Tenpen de Nihon no Ningen o Zenin Jutsushi ni Shinakattan desu ka? Oh. And then using idle transformation, the move of Mahito. Again, like lack of movement, turning transformation. Using that, the humans of Japan to all sorcerers didn't do. So to put that all together, as for Kenjuku, why at that time when he set up the game and everything, why didn't he just use the Mui Tenpen and the magical barrier of Lord Tengen to basically turn everyone into sorcerers? それをやるには単純に重力不足だ. As for to doing that thing, simply it's a lack, insufficient cursed energy. So as for doing that, it was simply lacking cursed energy. Uzumaki de seisei shita juryoku wa jutsushi ni kangen dekinai. Okay, so through Uzumaki, which was that spiral maneuver, seisei shita, as for cursed energy, that was seisei, which I think is like to refine. Yeah, purified or refined. As for cursed energy that was purified through Uzumaki, through the spiral, to sorcerer, Kangen is not possible. Kangen dekinai. Resolution, return to origins is not possible. Okay. As for cursed energy that was refined using Uzumaki, not possible to return, to resolve to the sorcerer. This is all just blah, 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 right? Jutsushiki de, through techniques, hitori hitori shinka o unagasu. Unagasu no wa amari ni kouritsu ga warui. Okay, so using techniques and person by person transformation or evolution, unagasu. Demanding, suggesting, prompting, stimulating. As for that, so as for stimulating transformation, progression, evolution, person by person, using techniques, it's excessive kouritsu warui, like excessively inefficient. Kouritsu? Yeah, it's very much, the efficiency is bad. So it's very inefficient to do that, person by person. Kenjuku ga toru shinka shudan wa jinrui to watashi no douka da. As for the method of evolving taking and evolving. Kenjuku. Wait, Kenjuku, as for the method for taking evolution or taking advancement. I'm sorry, the camera keeps pulsing. It's the, what was Dolka again? Merging together? No. Same transformation? Yeah, it's assimilation. It's the assimilation of me and humanity. So as for the progression method that Kenjuku is taking, I guess, it's the absorption of me and humanity. Now, we get, instead of wait, is that Tengen? Okay, no, I guess that's right. So he says Tengen, but Watashi. So merger, the absorption's assimilation of Tengen and humanity. That's the method for, I guess, advancing the taken method of advancement. Are demo dokatte? Like that thing also, or even that thing is dolka? That's absorption? Nandakke? Are? Hora? So what was that? What was that again? Huh? Come on. Are demo. Seishou tai ni shika dekinai hazu da. It should only be possible with the star vessel. To the star plasma body, only possible ought to be the merger. Izen no watashi nara ne. If it were me of previously, so if it were me before, yes, or that it is that way, isn't it? 12年前に進化を始めた今の私なら if it's me now that began evolving, changing 12 years ago, ... 聖書体以外とのどうかもできなくもない。Outside of accepting the star vessel with that absorption, not possible. できなくもない。I think he's saying it's basically, if it were 12 years ago, he could only dolka, absorb the star vessel. But now, 12 years later, he's evolved, he's begun to evolve, and it's not possible. It's not wait. Deki nakumonai. The impossibility does not exist of absorption outside of with the star plasma vessel or star plasma body. Okay. Yeah, it's a double negative here. It's the not possible doesn't exist. It's not impossible. It's not impossible even to do absorption outside of the star vessel. Okay. だが、お前は一人だろ? However, as for you, Tengen, you're one person, right? どうやって複数の人間と同化するんだ? How doing several people with absorption, assimilating, doing? So how would you assimilate with several people? 今、 君たちの目の前にいる私ですら、私ではない。Okay, so right now, your eyes in front of existing me, it is, as for being me, not existing. So the me that you see in front of your eyes is not me. As for my soul that has done evolution, has done progression, it exists in itaru tokoro, in everywhere, all over throughout. Yeah. So as for my soul that has done evolution, has done progressing, it exists everywhere. Itaru tokoro ni aru. Itararo, I said it right. I told you already, right? Tenchi sonomono ga watashi no ji ga nanda. Yeah. Okay. So this makes a little bit more sense now. I said it already, right? Heaven and earth itself is myself, my ego. 私と同化した人間は術師という壁すら越える。Okay, so as for humans that did transformation or did assimilation with me, as for humans that have done absorption with me, they exceed the wall called sorcery. They exceed the wall called sorcery. All right, we're sounding very Dragon Ball now about koeru and exceeding boundaries. Soko ni ite, existing in that place. Soko ni inai, not existing in that place. Atarashi sonzai no katachi sa, a form of new existence. So again, as for humans that have done absorption with me, they exceed the wall, the barrier called sorcery or sorcerer. It's a form of a new existence, existing in that place and not existing in that place. 私には結界術があったから、as for to me, because magical barrier technique exists, 進化後もこうして形と理性を保てている。So because I have magical barrier techniques, but because that technique exists to me, after doing transformation, even after doing transformation or evolution, a shape doing this way, rise, reason or sense, protecting or maintaining, preserving. Yeah, so as for to me, I'm preserving the reason or sense of doing a shape this way. So meanings like having this form. Tamotsu. Tamotsu is to preserve, to maintain, hold. So tamote, to be able to preserve. だが、もし人類が進化し、そのうちの一人でも暴走を始めたら世界は終わりだ。However, if humanity does evolution and even one person out of that group, out of that uchi, if they begin to bolso, which is like run amok, yeah, go wild, reckless driving, runaway rampage. As for the world, it's the end. Naze, why? Okay, so he's saying he has evolved, but he's able to preserve this form. But even if humanity involves, even one of those of the group begins to go awry, go on a rampage, the world is over. Naze, why? 個としての 境界がないんだ。悪意のテンパは一瞬さ。Okay, so the 子としての境界. Boundaries doing hardness? Not existing. Cool. Yeah, so it's because boundaries like not doing hardness existing. So there's no boundaries with hardness. As for the evil intent of Denpa, transmission. Okay, so as for the transmission of evil intent, it's instantaneous. Okay, so he's saying, I guess, again, there's no hardness to the boundaries. And so any transmission of evil intent would be instantaneous. 1億人分の汚れが世界に流れ出る。100 million people's parts of kegare, impurity. The impurity of 100 million people parts into the world would go and flow out and go. 先の東京が世界で再現されるんだ. Okay. Previously, Tokyo's previous, or like what happened to Tokyo earlier, in the world, repeat appearance would be done. Yeah, reappearance, revival would be done. So basically, what happened in Tokyo would happen over the entire world. Okay. 何のためにそんなことすんだよ? For what purpose that sort of a thing do? Why do that sort of a thing? さあね, well, you know, meaning like, I don't know. これも言っただろ. That also I said, right? 私に人の心まではわからない. So I said that earlier too. To me, as for up until the kokoro of people not understanding. I don't understand up until the point of the kokoro of people. でも、それって天元様がどうかを拒否すればいいだけじゃないですか? But talking about that thing, meaning the whole story of what we've been talking so far, Lord Tengen, if due rejection of assimilation being good, just that, isn't it? So wouldn't it just be good if you refusal of dolka, of absorption? そこが問題なんだ. That place the problem is. So that's the problem. 進化を果たした今の私は、蘇生としては人間より呪霊に近い. Okay. As for me now, that has finished transformation, evolution. As for being sosei, or as for due to the sosei, composition or constitution, meaning like what he's made of, more than human, closer to cursed spirit. Okay. So he's saying basically like the way he is now, having finished evolution, due to the composition of his body or his constitution of himself, he's closer to cursed spirit than human. 私は呪霊操術の術式対象だ. As for me, it's a technique target of cursed spirit manipulation. So as for me, I am a target, a taisho, or a technique taisho, technique target of cursed spirit manipulation, which is what Geto is able to do. Okay, they all are shocked at that information. Kenjaku no jutsushi としての術力を考慮すると All right, so, 考慮 considering? To consider? Yeah, taking into account. Kenjaku's techniques, true strength, if doing consideration. So if you consider the true strength about the technique of Kenjaku, 接触した時点で at the point in time of doing direct contact, excuse me, at the point in time of doing that did direct contact, 取り込まれるかもしれない will probably get taken over. Yeah. Or probably able to capture, probably able to take over, probably able to capture at the point of doing direct contact. だから、therefore, 私の本体は今、構成具で全てを強説している。And that's why, as for my actual body, my original body, now, in or at the Death Star Temple, is doing rejection, denial of everything. その上で護衛を So on top of that, guards. その上 Yeah. So on top of that, in addition, furthermore, guards. Yep. 賢者は私に次ぐ結界術の使い手。As for Kenjaku, I guess this is like after me, Nitsugu, or like second to me, next to me, skilled magical barrier, Tsukaite, is a user, a master. Yeah. So as for Kenjaku, is a user, a master of magical barrier technique, like next to me. 構成具の封印もいつ解られるかわからない。Even or also the seal of the Death Star Temple, sometime at some point able to deactivate? I don't know. So would he be able to deactivate the seal? I don't know. Or when? なぜ今なんだ? Why now? Why is it now? 聖書体との同化を阻止。阻止 is to cancel or to prevent. Obstruction, hindrance, prevention. Yeah. Okay, so hindrance, obstruction, prevention of the merger assimilation with the star plasma vessel. お前を進化させ. Oh, this is Tsukumu or whatever her name is continuing to talk. She's still saying this. You, Tengen, making transform, evolve. Okay, so preventing the merger, preventing the absorption, making the evolution of Tengen. 呪霊訴術で取り込み操る and using cursed manipulation technique to control, to take over and control. 賢者は少なとも kakawari ga aru yo datta. As for Kenjaku, with Sukuna even, kakawari appeared to exist, but no, appeared to exist. Kakawari. To be related, to be connected. As for Kenjaku, it was the appearance of an existence of a relation with even Sukuna. Okay. Do we know that? Sukuna koto mo sennen jutsushi o yatteru. I guess like a little more than 1,000 years. Sukuna koto mo. At least 1,000 years, yeah. At least 1,000 years doing sorcery. So at least 1,000 years of doing sorcery. Naze, ima nanda. Why? Why is it now? Watashi, that's Tengen, but so this is him talking. Watashi, I, sei shotai, the star plasma body, soste rikugan, and the 6 eyes. Korera wa subete inga de tsunagateru. As for these things, everything is connected through inga, which is cause and effect, karma, or fate. Okay, so those are all connected by karma, fate. Kenjaku wa kago ni nido rikugan no jutsushi ni yabureteru. Okay, as for Kenjaku, in the past, 2 times to sorcerers of 6 eyes, I guess, being destroyed. As for Kenjaku, he's been destroyed twice in the past by sorcerers of the 6 eyes. Okay, so that explains a lot. Nidome no Kenjaku wa. As for Kenjaku the second time, tette shiteta. He did tette, did thoroughness. Sei shoutai mo rikugan mo subete seigo hitotsuki inai ni koroshita. Okay. So the second time, as for Kenjaku the second time, did thoroughness, and even the star plasma vessel and even the 6 eyes, all of it, Seiko Hitozu, 1 month after birth, within 1 month after birth, Seigo Hitotsuki Inai did killing. So he killed them 1 month after birth. Soredemo, nonetheless, even so, Douka Tojitsu ni Rikugan to Sei Shotai wa arawareta. On the day itself of assimilation, as for the 6 eyes and the star plasma vessel, they made an appearance. So even so, they made an appearance. And Toljitsu, like the appointed day, the day itself. Yeah, the appointed day. Sono go, Kenjaku wa Rikugan o massatsu de wa naku, fuine to hoshin o kae, Gokumonkyo no sousaku o hajimeta. Okay, so as for Kenjaku afterwards, or as for Kenjaku after that, slaughter of 6 eyes, not doing the slaughter of the 6 eyes, but towards sealing and changing Holshin, the method needle? Objective plan. Yeah, changing the objective, and I guess like towards sealing rather than slaughter. And Sosaku searched for the Hellgate prison began. Yeah, okay, so as for Kenjaku, after that, he started to search for the Hellgate prison, changing the plan towards sealing rather than slaughtering the six eyes. 陸眼持ちは同時に二人は現れないからね. As for the holders of six eyes, at the same time, as for two people not able to appear. That's why, you know? So because two holders of six eyes can't appear at the same time. All right. We are approaching an hour. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're halfway through this chapter. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. You know what? Let's just finish it off. This is sheer torture, but this is going to be almost a 2-hour chapter. だが, however, 10年前、予期せぬことが起こった. So, however, 10 years ago, a without forecast event occurred. Yeah, an unforeseen event occurred. 善人当時の介入だ. It's the, what is this? Insertion of Toji Zenin. Intervention. The intervention of Toji. Tenyo Jubaku ni yoru physical gifted. Okay, physically gifted due to the, this is the heaven restriction thing. The heaven granted cursed binding. Okay. それだけでも, and even on top of that, or in addition, 得意な, especially, I think that's especially. Yeah, uniquely, singularly, 完全に重力から脱却した存在だ. Uniquely, singularly, it's an existence that did escaping from cursed energy completely. Da kyaku. Yeah, freeing oneself, escaping from, ridding oneself completely of cursed energy. 呪縛の力で因果の外に出た人間が私たちの運命を破壊してしまった。Using or through the power of cursed binding.
Hello there.
Through the power of cursed binding, a human that went outside of fate. Humans went outside of fate, and our fates did destruction. Yeah. A human that went outside of fate using cursed binding and destroyed our fates. So I think when he says our fates here, he means the this connection. そしてそこには, and then, as for in that place, 呪霊術を持つ少年, a boy holding cursed manipulation spirit energy, or cursed spirit manipulation technique. So that's Geto. Now, again, remember, this is all an answer to the question why. Why now? So those things happened. Ito sezu, Gokumon Kyo igai no ピースがすべて揃ったんだ。Ito Suzu. So, without doing aim, or without, I guess is like unintentionally. Without intention, without design, outside of, or other than the hell prison boundary pieces, everything was assembled. So everything assembled unintentionally, without design. The pieces had all assembled other than the hell prison gate. そして、6年前、その獄門橋も賢弱の手に渡った。And then, 6 years ago, 6 years previously, even, or also that Hell Gate prison, it passed into the hands of Kenjaku. じゃあ、死滅回遊は何のために行われるんですか? So Fushiguro is asking, well then, as for the Death Annihilation rotating game, for what purpose proceeding is it? So why is this happening? 10日前の鳴らしだよ. It's like a customization before merger? Narashi? Like becoming accustomed to? Yeah. Breaking in, accustomizing, running in. So yeah, it's like it's breaking in, accustomizing before merger assimilation. Okay. 聖書体以外との同化は不可能ではないが、as for merger with accepting or other than the star plasma vessel, impossible as for that not existing. So again, this double negative, it's not impossible. It's not impossible as for merger absorption with someone outside of the star vessel body. Genji tendewa, as for these specific point in time, Genji tendewa, as for at the specific point in time, or the actual point in time, 高確率で不完全なものとなるだろう. A high level of probability, with a high level of probability, imperfect thing becoming probably. So it would probably become an imperfect thing with a high level of probability at the actual point in time. Genjiten. Or at the present point in time. Okay? 死滅回遊はプレイヤーの重力とコロニーとコロニーで結んだ境界を使ってこの国の人間を悲願へ渡す儀式だ. Okay. So as for the Death Annihilation rotating game, I guess with the colonies and the colonies, or through the colonies and the colonies, cursed energy of players, connected boundaries using. So as for the game, it uses the boundaries connected with the colonies and the cursed energy. I don't know why colonies twice. Well, anyway, and the colony's cursed energy of the players. And it is a ceremony, a gishiki. Yeah, a ceremony, a ritual to pass to Higan, or to cross over to Higan. Nirvana. Humanity of this country. humans of this country. So the game is a ceremony for passing over to Nirvana, the humans of this country, using the boundaries connected, I guess, with the colonies and the colony. I don't know why colonies twice. Or maybe, and the colonies with the cursed energy of the players. In any case, それを鳴らしとして私との同化を始めるつもりだろう。That thing, due to the customization of that thing, I guess with this, it's probably the intent of beginning absorption with me. Okay. だが、これだけの儀式を成立させるために、賢弱自身も縛りを負っているはずだ。Okay, however, just this thing's ceremony, in order to make seiritsu. Okay, so in order to make the arrangements, or in order to make the coming into existence of the ceremony for just this purpose, even or also Kenjaku himself ought to be taking on bindings. Like taking on the burden of bindings. He ought to be doing that. Okay? その一つとして、死滅回遊のゲームマスターは賢弱ではない。その一つとして、like one of those bindings, I guess. As for the game master of the Death Annihilation rotating game, being Kenjaku is not. So one of those bindings is that the master of the game cannot be Kenjaku. Daga, however, これは君たちにとって不利に働くな. Okay, however, as for this thing, this rule, or this binding, for you all, it does not work. It will not work as furi. As a hataraku na. It does not function unfavorably. I guess maybe that na is not negative. It's just it functions as a disadvantage, you know? Maybe that's it. As for this thing, for you all, working as a disadvantage, you know? I guess that's it. It works as a disadvantage. Kenjaku o koroshitemo. Yeah, even if kill Kenjaku, shimetsu kaiyu wa owaranai no dakara. Because as for the Death Annihilation rotating game, even if you kill Kenjaku, it will not end. That's why. プレイヤーが全員死ぬか、プレイヤーが全員参加を拒否して死ぬか、それまで死滅回遊は終わらない。Okay, so players, all participants will die, or players, all participants succeeding or participate and kyohi. Do rejection of participation and die. Until that point, until that time, as for the Death Annihilation rotating game, it will not end. So the game won't end until all players die or until they all refuse to participate and die. 死滅回遊のルールにある永続はあくまで儀式を中断させないための保険だよ。Okay, so the according or due to the rule of the as for the eternal continuation rule of the Death Annihilation rotating games, until the bitter end, for the purposes of not allowing interruption of the gishiki, of the ceremony, the ritual, it's a protection or guarantee. So again, it's a protection or guarantee for the purposes of not doing chudan, which again is going to be interruption. Yeah, doing interruption of the ceremony until the bitter end. That is what that eternal continuation rule is for. Tonaruto, in that case, or if that's the case, if it becomes that way, dane, yeah, it is, isn't it? Okay, so they've come to a conclusion. Itadori doesn't know. Rule 6, again, we're seeing this again. Okay, rule 6 was the thing about adding a rule. So, プレイヤーは自身にかけられたポイントを除いた100ポイントを消費することでゲームマスターと交渉し、始末回遊にルールを一つ追加できる。So rule 6 was, as for the player, outside or accepting of the points attached to themselves, through the event of doing expenditure of 100 points, in consultation or in discussions with the game master, it's possible to add on one rule to the Death Annihilation rotating game. Okay. So basically, again, they can spend 100 points to add a rule. So they're saying, like, this is our way out. 僕らも死滅回遊に参加して積み木さんやゲームに消極的な人が回遊を抜けるルールを追加するしかない。Okay, so we also do participation in the Death Annihilation rotating game, and Ms. Tsumiki, and in the game, people that are shokyoku, like shokyakuteki, ultimately vanishing. Kyoku. Kyoku. Oh, negatively. Conservatively? Okay, so, and I guess, all right. 消極的な人が回遊を抜ける. And I guess like negative people in the game or conservative people in the game pulling out of Kaiju of the excursion. What else does nukeru mean here? Oh, coming out of falling, being omitted. Leaving, maybe. Leaving the excursion, rule appending, no choice but to do. So nothing to do but append a rule that, oh, I see. I don't know how to quite pull that all together in a way that makes sense. We also participating in the game, and Ms. Tsumiki, which is Fushiguro's sister, and I guess people like that, shokyoku na hito. No choice but to append a rule to omit, escape, leave, the excursion of the game, I guess, for the negative whatever people. Okay, it kind of makes sense. Basically, they want to append a rule that gets people out of the game. Gojo sensei no kaihou mo heikou shimashou. Let's also do this heikou concurrently. Let's also concurrently do releasing of Gojo Sensei. Oh, actually, I want this heikou. Yeah, so Gojo Sensei's release also at the same time. Let's do. Concurrently, let's do. あの人がいれば一人で全て片がつく. That person, if exists, then alone everything will clean up. So basically, if we have Gojo, he can clean up everything on his own. Tengen-sama, Lord Tengen, oshatte, like speak. その前に誰が残るか決めてくれ. Okay, so before that, do the favor of deciding who will remain. So before that, who will remain, do the favor of deciding. Zuzui. Watashi, ore, zui. Ga nokoro. So they both say, like, I'll stay. Let's stay. Okay. So Choso says, 友人にはお骨かこの女の協力が必要不可欠だろう. As for to Yuji, okotsu or this woman's cooperation, necessity, fukaketsu, is indispensable. Right? So the cooperation of okotsu or this woman is necessary, indispensable, right? Kamonori Toshi, Kenjaku ga koko ni tengen o narate kuru nara nao sara da. Okay. Nao sara. All the more. So Kamonori Toshi or Kenjaku to this place, aiming for Tengen. If it's coming, all the more it is. Okay, so it's all the more the case if Kenjaku comes aiming for Tengen to this place. Yatsu no inochi o tatsu koto ga. The event, the severing event of that guy's life, meaning, I guess, Tengen. Ototo tachi no kyusai dakara na. Little brother's rescue, it is, that's why. Oh. No, Yatsu, I guess here is Noritoshi or Kenjaku. Little brother's kyusai. Relief, aid, rescue, salvation. Okay. That's why, you know? Ending that guy's life is salvation of little brothers. There's his little brothers. 私はまだ天元と話足りなくてね. And as for me, still talking with Tengen, not sufficient. So, like, I'm not done talking with Tengen. いいかな、Okotsu-kun? That's good, isn't it? Okotsu? はい。僕はもうみんなと離れたくないので. Okay, so yeah, as for me, already with everyone not wanting to leave. I don't want to separate with everyone else. Arigato. Thank you. Zuzu. これが this thing. Gojo Satoru no Kaiho. The release of Gojo Satoru. Zuru. Sono tame ni hitsuyo na is necessary for that purpose. So this thing is necessary for that purpose, the release of Gojo Satoru. Pulls out a cube. Gomon kyo ura da. It's the ura of the Gomon kyo, the prison gate boundary. The hell gate boundary. The ura, again, that was the title of the chapter. It means the back, beneath, or behind, that sort of a thing. The backside. So there we go. Believe it or not, still 4 pages. Ura, the back, the behind. Hatsumimi da ne. First time hearing, that's the first time I've heard of that. Uramon te koto, like the event called Uramon, which is like the back gate. Yeah, like a back gate. So naru ne. It becomes that way, yes. It is, doesn't it? So, yes. It's the back gate. Kenjaku ni mitsukara mae, Gokumon kyo wa watashi no kekkai no soto, osoraku kaigai ni atta. Okay, so before discovery by Kenjaku, as for the Hellgate boundary, my magical barrier's exterior. So it was outside of my magical barrier. Perhaps it was overseas. Perhaps existed overseas. この裏門を封印することで、表の気配を抑えていたんだが、無駄だったね。This back gate, I'm just going to call it back gate. This back gate, with the event of doing sealing of this back gate, or sealing away the back gate, the fronts, okay, so the other one would be the omote, the front, the surface, the behind. The presence of the front pinning down, but it was wasted. So it was pinning down the presence of the front by doing sealing away of the back gate, this back gate, but it was wasted. この裏門の中にも五条悟は封印されている。As for inside this back gate, as for Gojo Satoru being sealed. So Gojo is also sealed inside this thing. じゃあこれを開ければ well then, if we open this thing, いや、あくまで買い物の権限は表の所有者、賢弱のものだ。Okay. So, no, to the bitter end, as for the authority of gate opening, it's the person that possesses the front Kenjaku's thing. Hey, Del guy, how's it going? Shoyusha is like the possessor. Yeah, the owner. Shoyusha. The possessor of the omote. As for the authority, Kengen. Power, authority, jurisdiction. So, there we go. これをこじ開けるには as for to opening this thing, koji, what is koji? Oh, to wrench open, to prise open, to, okay, so as for prizing open, as for wrenching open this thing, あらゆる術式を強制解除する天の坂歩行 everywhere curse. Oh, doing Kyosei Kaijo. Oh, obligatory. Doing obligatory Kaijo. Cancellation of all techniques. Doing obligatory cancellation of all techniques. The Ama no Saka Hoko. The heavens reversal. I think Hoko is spear, right? Yes. Yeah, spear, lance, which Toji had that, didn't he? Aya arayuru jutsushiki kouka o midashi sousai suru kokujo. Kono dochira ka ga hitsuyo da. Okay. Or the everywhere technique effectiveness doing chaos and soul satsu, soul sai? Offsetting? Okay. Doing offsetting. Black rope. Either one of these is necessary. Kono dochira ka ga hitsuyo da. So, in order to wrench open the Uramon, the back gate, either one of these is necessary. This heavenly reversal spear that cancels all techniques, or this black rope that does throwing into chaos the effectiveness of all techniques. Let me check on if it's Midashi. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I guess that's the spear and this is the rope. Okay, だが、天の坂歩行は12年前、五条悟が海外に封印したか破壊してしまった。Okay, so, but as for the inverted spear of the heavens, 12 years previously, Gojo Satoru overseas did sealing or did destruction. So Gojo sealed that or destroyed it 12 years ago overseas. Nani shiten no sensei? What are you doing, sensei? Kokojo mo kyonen Gojo Satoru ga subete keshite shimatta. Okay, and also the black rope last year, Gojo Satoru, everything like vanished, made vanish. Nani shiten da anohito wa? What doing as for that guy? What was that guy doing? Okotsu is just laughing. Kokojo no nokori wa boku ga Afrika de Miguel-san to sagashite tanda kedo. Okay, so Okotsu, he was laughing in the background, says now, as for remaining a black rope, I, in Africa, with Mr. Miguel, did searching, but Kaigai de sorede itte tan desu ne. Okay, so talking about overseas, for that thing, you went, wasn't it? Kore ni kanshite wa muda ashi datta ne. Okay, as for related to this thing, it was muda ashi, like wasted legs, I guess wasted effort. Muda ashi. Yeah, a visit for no reason. And we see mo naite, no longer existing. Like there's no more. Te wa arun daro. As for a hand, it exists, right? So hand here probably means like skill, an option, something like that. There is an option. There is a technique, right? Ah, yep. Shimetsu Kaiju ni sanka shiteru player no naka ni. So amongst the players participating in the Death Annihilation rotating game, Tenshi o nanoru 1000年前の術師がいる. A angel taking the name 1,000 years before sorcerer existing. So among the players participating, there exists a sorcerer that 1,000 years ago took the name of Angel, Tenshi. Oh boy, new character. 彼女の術式は, as for the technique of her, あらゆる術式を消滅させる. It's making the annihilation of techniques everywhere. Okay, notice she's got a halo. She's got some sort of horn. Got wings. She's flying. Shimetsu Kaiju player Kurusu Hana. Kurusu Hana. So, Death Annihilation rotating game player. That's her name. Hana is just flower. And Kurusu, arrival. And what kind of tree is this? Or nest. Okay. Kurusu. All right. No fancy meaning in that sort of a meaning. Okay. Kurusu Hana. Yeah, new player. All right, there we go. Wow. Almost an hour and a half. Unbelievable. You know, honestly, I'm surprised it wasn't even longer. Well, there we go. That was Naoya's, one of his siblings, was it? I don't remember. Okay. That was the end of the very painful 145. Next time, we'll continue with chapter 146.